Hey, good evening everyone from Taipei, Taiwan, Ximending. Today's date is Friday, January 19th, 2024. The time is 10:40 p.m. Temperature 69 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. As you can see, still pretty active around here. This is a pretty big tourist hotspot and nightlife area. We'll take a little bit of a walk around and see what's going on. This is also the area that I'm staying, so I'm quite familiar with it. Many of these places, they will stay open later since it's Friday night. Finny Flip-Flop says lots of people at nearly 11 p.m. Yeah, actually, a good amount of them are actually going to make their way to the public transit because it starts shutting down starting around this time. At midnight, you really won't find too many trains or buses running anymore. And then the only option really is to take a taxi or to walk.
Every day. We also have the must-eat when you're in Taiwan, which is the traditional fried chicken. We won't have any
This usually gets a long line, but doesn't seem like there's much of one right now for Sing Fu Tang. I would say this area is the biggest nightlife spot in Taiwan. Valley Girl's asking if Taiwan is near Japan. Actually, if you count the westernmost point in Japan, in the Okinawa Islands, I think it's about 100 miles off of Taiwan's east coast. So a lot closer than you think. Tony Moy says it looks like Japan. So I've heard this Ximending area is very similar to a lot of the lively districts in Japan. I'm smelling stinky tofu around somewhere. That looks delicious. What is this since 1995? Well, they're certainly putting a lot of seasoning on it. Interesting. It's marinated chicken. You get it in a plastic bag like that and you start eating it. This is the stinky tofu I was smelling. Chou tofu.
好吃。
好吃. That's right. Hao Chu means tasty. And over here they've got the Taiwanese sausage for sale. Taiwanese wheel cake, which is one of my favorite desserts. Shiba Inu, barkless dog. What's really popular here is Taiwanese fried chicken. Oh, is that what it was? Galaxy Cat? Boiled salty chicken. With all the seasonings they put on it, it looks like it'll be salty. It does feel like Ximending is starting to wind down, at least in this section. I like the way they decorate up here. Lizzo's saying that food vendors smoking a cigarette over the food. Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit wary about getting street food sometimes. You really have to get a good eye on some of these people. The sanitary conditions may not all be there. I much rather prefer eating food from a restaurant. There's a lot more people walking that way, straight ahead of me. Potter would love to visit Taiwan. It's worth visiting for sure. Definitely consider it. But I showcase a lot of great places here on this channel. Sometimes it's really hard to pick one. Here they're selling takoyaki for 50 each. BC Van W, you can see Taiwan Island from Yonaguni Island, Japan, and vice versa. Yes, it's close enough where you can do that. I've heard that before. There's actually an area close by here called the Red House, and there's some beer gardens around there and bars that I like to check out. .7-Eleven will always be open. We're getting very close to the Red House, where all the bars are behind. I did a walk there earlier this afternoon. Many of the places weren't open. Daniel says the food reviews are the best for me on many trips. Interesting to see and hear about the local food. Yeah, that's something I really look forward to seeing too. There's actually a lot of great food here in Taiwan. Henry says it looks like everything New York is not, but you still love your New York City. I mean, they're two different places. I think all these people are waiting for the bus now. Perhaps this bus. Firestorm definitely needs to plan a trip to Taiwan. Hey, there's a lot to offer here. If this is something that interests you, then perhaps you can start planning. And I do actually find that if your Chinese ability is limited here and you only know English, you can still get around. Let's see if all these bars back here are open. So this building over here in front of me, the octagonal building, is called the Red House. It was designed by the Japanese to be Taiwan's first public market. And over time, it underwent a lot of changes. Now it's a cultural building and also a like creative space. And it does have a small market in there as well for different kinds of goods. It's open during the day. And I was also noticing when I was walking around, there was a lot of like bars behind here. They weren't open in the afternoon. But it looks like they're open now. I don't know how late they'll stay open. But this is Taiwan's drinking culture right here and bar culture. Cynthia has been loving these live streams from Taiwan. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this is the place to hang out, I guess. Look, they're streaming a football game over there. Cocktails, buy 3 get 1 free. This is actually my first time seeing this. Hello, how are you? There's a lot going on here. Buy 2 cocktails, get 1 free. There's a lot of activity around here. Every single one of these places is open. All you can drink 800. Seems like a good deal to me if you down a few drinks. Cafe Dalita. Hello. Soul Bistro. I guess all the bars are like concentrated over here. I do wonder how late these places stay open though. And then once you get around to this back street here, it gets much quieter. David Victor says, I don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink either. I'm actually not that much of a nightlife person, but I do like recording the night scenes. So I guess there is kind of like a conflict there. I do want to go out there because I like to see the streets all lively, but I don't participate in the bar or drinking culture. I do know where it is very busy though, and that's at the metro station. Joan Ike says, so that's their nightlife. Yeah, pretty much. There's a bunch of bars there behind the Red House, as you just saw. And then you have the night markets, which tend to get busy starting from like 5:30, 6-ish. And I say they start winding down at like 9 o'clock p.m. because at that time people already walked through the night market, ate, and they want to get home. The public transit does close down starting at midnight. I will go into the Ximen metro station just to show you all the people trying to get back now. Dwayne says, how expensive are the taxis in Taiwan? I've actually never really opted to take one willingly, but I remember they were kind of quite affordable 4 years ago. You see here, there's a lot of people going into this metro station. Cynthia asks, does it get hot here? Yeah, it does. I experienced it being very warm today. There's a lot more people going into the station than coming out. Cynthia says no one's wearing a coat. I actually did it this morning. It was needed then, but throughout the day, it got quite uncomfortable to wear the coat. Thanks, Andreas, for the €1. Appreciate the support. I'll ride the train one stop. I want to see how busy the Taipei main station is, close to midnight. It's one stop on the blue line. What I've actually found here in Taipei is that the first and the last car on the MRT are usually the least busy. We've got 5 minutes until the next train comes. There is a lineup system here, so don't cut the line. I remember when I came here for the first time 4 years ago, I lined up here and I got on the train from here, and this is considered bad etiquette because you're cutting everyone else off following the markings. Well, look at this. You don't really have to do that because if you go all the way here to car number 1, you get it all for yourself. No one's waiting here. I mean, it's quite a lonely place. These are for the introverts waiting line. I'm afraid of people. That's why I'm waiting here. People scare me. I don't want to be touching them. I don't want to be near them. I want to be away from everybody. Crowds shock me. And you'll see when the train comes how much more quiet the front of the car is. Jason asks if where are the rats. You don't really see rats here or any rodents. I've seen them like on the streets, but very seldomly. I saw them on the side one time on a night market, and in Jiaofen in the sewer, you have to actually look down and you see them. A Mandarin announcement says, 第一夜台往松山. It means platform 1 to Songshan. Xiao Xin Ye Tai. These two characters, I don't know what they are. I just mean be careful of platform. This has to mean gap. Actually, it's good for me to learn Chinese. Let me get out the Pleco app, live OCR, and maybe I can learn Chinese with you. GNC, interval gap space, or mechanics as clearance. GNC. 小心夜台 GNC. Mind the platform gap. And this says, please stay clear of the closing doors. Even though I don't really know traditional Chinese that well, these two characters, I do know from Simplified, this means Qing Wen, which means please. This character I'm not too sure of. This means Wu, which means don't. This character I've seen before. I think this means close. Closing pathway. The train's coming. Jimmy Ma says the best place to learn traditional Chinese. I think the best place to learn it actually is probably from school. Because if you don't actually actively learn the characters, you won't learn. You could go by with English. I made an effort to actually look up those characters. Look at this. Nobody here, really. And the car gets very full over there. Taipei 车站, Taipei main station. transfers available to the Red Line, Taoyuan Airport, Taiwan High-Speed Rail, and Taoyuan Airport MRT. I'm mixing it up. It's getting late. First comes the jingle. Diddle-ding-diddle-ding-diddle-ding-diddle-ding.
Transfer station for the Red Line, Taiwan Railways, Taiwan High-Speed Rail, and Taiwan Airport MRT. 待下站，往返飞行银行、台币、港币、澳币结婚，加力国家。外站查岗，北侧通行时期，地铁、高铁都应依小圈地，这样子会造成左侧开门。
You know, the more I listen to these train announcements and I listen to the Taiwanese Hokkien, it's actually somewhat similar to Cantonese. Cantonese and Hokkien are actually old dialects, much older than Mandarin Chinese. Hence why I think I hear a lot of the words. And even though I didn't grow up learning Cantonese, I learned a dialect that's very similar to it. So this is the Taipei main station. You can get lost in this underground. Jimmy Ma, I can speak Cantonese. No, but I can actually understand a good amount of it. My family dialect is actually Taishanese, which is kind of closer to Macau than it is to Hong Kong and Guangdong. A lot of immigrants to New York spoke that dialect when they immigrated back in the late 1800s and early to mid 1900s. But it's a dialect that's really fading out and not really used that much anymore, except really in the overseas Chinese community in the Chinatowns. I did find someone to speak it though in Taiwan, which is interesting. 4 years ago inside a Hong Kong style restaurant. These people all transferring to the Tam Sui Sinyi line. Kevin Wu says Taishanese is my dialect. Maybe we could even speak to each other. Thank you, Miko, for 140 Japanese yen. I wonder if many stores in this underground mall are open or not. Oh, really, Jimmy Ma? There's even accents between northern and southern Taiwanese. I wouldn't doubt it. Still pretty busy here in this main station. Oh, look at this. There's a mini like gallery here inside the main station. Are these from the National Palace Museum? This says reproduction. Well, these are all reproductions. It says reproduction. But still kind of cool to see.
Passengers should distribute themselves evenly among the waiting lines on the platform when waiting for the train.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm surprised. I wanted to come here close to midnight to see what the activity was. Usually there'll be a lot more people coming out of this exit. That side over there is the rail station. I don't really think the mall is going to be that busy right now. "7-Eleven closed. Andrew asks if all the signs are English and Mandarin. For the most part, inside the public transit, they are. Maybe I can head over to Q Square. That's a pretty nice shopping mall, which is connected to the Taipei bus station. Right, Taipei bus station, Q Square. Let's take a look. There's actually a pretty sizable food court inside the Q Square shopping mall. Yeah, it looks so quiet here. Then again, it's almost midnight. They probably have this building only open so that people can get to the bus station easier. LD 45TO was here in 2019 on an 8-hour layover from Hong Kong to Toronto. These videos inspire me to plan my upcoming vacation in Taipei. Definitely worth considering. There's a lot to see here. Looks like most of it is closed, to be honest, but the vending machines are still open. It's 25 yuan for a Coca-Cola. I don't even know what these drinks are. This looks like, oh, it says mixed congee. I was gonna say lentil soup in a can. Which would be kind of weird, but. Oh, and they gotta have the Pepsi machine. The Occult's machine. Wow, it's 10 for this? That's the least expensive drink in this machine, in these machines that I've seen. Also apple and orange juice. Soya milk. Oh wow. Gourd melon drink? That's something you don't see. How does that taste? Gourd melon drink. Well, just so happens that I'm very curious how this tastes. So, worth a try. We'll put in 10 and select gourd melon drink at 4 degrees C. All right, we got 10 yuan in credit. I wonder if this is gonna be refreshing or not. I mean, it's chilled, so. Oh, there it is. 10 yuan for a gourd melon drink. Guess those are the ingredients and. Okay. Drink I've never had before for 10 yuan from a vending machine. It's not a fruit, it's a vegetable. So, I mean, I've actually had gourd before, but not chilled in a drink like this before. Okay. You know what? I don't want to make a mess of it, so let me open it the right way and not spill it on my pants. Make sure the top is flat. All right. Okay. This is good. It's sweet and cooling to the taste. And if any of you have had this melon before, like in a hot form, like a soup, this kind of reminds me of that taste. It's a good flavor. Like, I'm surprised. For 10 yuan, this is a good deal. From a vending machine. Why can't we have these in the US? Alright, I'm gonna sip this and enjoy it. Wow, I'm really surprised. If any of you follow Action Kid Extra, this is 2 thumbs up for me. It's more sweet than I thought. And I think I showed you the wrong side, the label. This is actually the nutrition facts. Jimmy says, I believe you could find some in Flushing. It's not 10 NTD. Maybe I've had it before, but I don't know. This is like the first time I've ever remembered trying it. But I've had like soy milk before from a box, or chrysanthemum tea. Those are like the most common, but I don't think I've ever had this. This is good. Mark says, how much is 10 yuan in US dollars? Well, right now the exchange rate is about 31.44 yuan to 1 US dollar. So I think this is like, I don't know, less than 30 cents US. It's a refreshing drink for sure. I mean, you go out to these night markets, those drinks, for a fruit drink, it'll cost you like at least 60, 70 sometimes. Deborah says, wow, lots of shops are closed. Yeah, it's getting to that time, midnight. Not too many trains are gonna run anymore. Let's go to the Taipei City Mall. Maybe it's a little more active. I doubt it. This one is actually very active during the daytime. This mall goes under it. Oh, I thought this was the entrance to the mall. That's Metro Lost and Found. It's Taipei City Mall. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything is open right now in this mall. I just finished it. It's a great value for a drink. Actually kind of mysterious down here in a way. I don't feel unsafe, but it's very quiet. I'm the only one in this hallway, it feels like. Yeah, Jimmy, it is closed during this time. Most people, as you saw on this live stream, are taking the train home or hanging out in the bars behind the Red House. Or live streaming like me, right? I'm the only one. Jerry says horror film set. If you do want to like record a horror movie, you could probably do it here and you still feel somewhat safe. S. Swan says, looks like all the passages are closed. Can you get out into the street? Yeah, I could. There is one store up there. It looks like they have the lights on though. We can go over there. And it's possible I can walk all the way to the next transit station too on the green line called Baymen. Text Machina. Maybe you're in a horror movie. The creepy music just hasn't started yet. I mean, maybe I could record a video in here walking through the Taipei City Mall when it's closed. They even turned off all the escalators. Luckily, the place I'm staying isn't too far away from here, so I don't really need to depend on the metro to get me back. And even if, I can always call for an Uber or a taxi if anything else. And nothing open but this place here. And they're even closing up. Kier says, why is there no overnight security guards there? They probably are watching. There's cameras all over, like here. Then again, Taiwan's pretty safe. Finally, we encounter a trash can. Now, here's the question I have for you. Where does this go? General garbage or recycling? Because this is a paper box, but it's it's got food in it, and I can't really wash it, so I'm not sure where it goes. In the States, I would put this in the general garbage. Looks like there's paper cups in there that have drinks in it, so recycling. Wow, the entire chat was mixed there, whether to put it in general or recycling. See, that was the dilemma I had. Jimmy Ma says it's marked as recyclable on the package. Yeah, and I know it was paper too. This is the knife massage place, which I went to. I got knifed up in there. And if you want to buy like video game stuff, this is the place to do it. It's crazy. I ride the train one stop only to walk the entire length back. Hank says, "Why are you walking through an empty mall?" Because I want to. Because I want to show you what's around here in Taiwan, close to midnight. It's one place open. It just gives you a perspective on how far Taiwan's underground network goes. This might be like the most extensive underground system in the world. I'm not sure. Joel says, "How long is this mall?" It's pretty long. The Taoyuan Airport MRT is closed. You're not taking a train to the airport this time. That's one thing about the airport train. They do shut down. So if you think you're getting a bargain on the flight, and then you land and you find out you can't take the train because it's at an odd hour, that flight may not be worth it. Jimmy Ma says Japan's underground malls are even more insane. Really? I've yet to experience that. That's that'll be something. I did experience some other underground malls that were very extensive. When I went to Toronto, the path system was pretty extensive. And in Montreal, they had the underground city. I think this ATM is making noises and advertisements. Those red lanterns there seem a little bit creepy, to be honest. Man, this mall goes on for a long time. Mouse Potato says the back rooms. I see the end already. Y28, I think is the last exit. You know what's the funny part? I still may be able to get a train. It's not midnight yet, it's 11:47. I need to go one stop from Baymen to Seamen. Taoyuan Airport MRT. This way. Huh. Maybe it is open, the Taoyuan Airport MRT. I'm not sure. Maybe it's that one exit to the mall that was closed. Let's see if I can still take the metro at this time. With 11 minutes to midnight. So what's interesting here is that this Baymen station has a lot of history. You can actually see some remnants from the Qing dynasty here. I think I'm still in luck. Jamie says there's a big railway museum on the station. Yes, I was just going to mention that. You could find artifacts and historical objects just looking at the glass below here. right here. This is so cool. You can see the history of Taipei. This looks like the old foundation of a building and a old road, possibly. I saw an old sewer system too in one of these exhibits. I don't know which one it was. I don't want to spend too much time here, otherwise I risk missing the train. This might be a sewer system here or that, I'm not sure. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's get the last train while it's still available, or one of the last trains. Okay, almost 9 minutes for the next train. So we got plenty of time. Let's see. Last train departure. Today is... No, I'm just looking. Last train departure is 0044. So actually there's quite a bit of time before you get the last train. Still about an hour. Right now it's 23:53, so you have about 50 more minutes before the last train rolls through. So as you see, starting like at midnight or around midnight, that's when these trains start shutting down, the last train departures. "12-minute headways after 11 p.m. So considering we needed to wait like 9 minutes, that's pretty much towards the high end of that headway. You are here. Basically, I took the train from here to here and then walked from here through here to here. Oh, this is a better map. Actually, you can't even see where I took the train to. I took it to here, and then I walked up there and then went underneath all this to here. That's basically the route I took. $23.55, almost Saturday morning here in Taiwan.
Please hold the handrail and step firmly onto the escalator.
Eric says that's cool. I mean, it's nice that this entire area is connected underground. Five minutes for the next train to come. It's kind of cool. They have a station plan as well. There's the passage level, a concourse level, and the platform level. What's really cool is that these MRT stations, there's a lot of public services available. ATM machines, restrooms. They have a AED available, a defibrillator, so in case of an emergency, they can assist you. There's also lockers too, so you can lock up your personal belongings and come back for them later. And the restrooms in the stations are actually pretty clean. They're constantly being cleaned and washed. Oh, there's out-of-station transfers here in the system. I didn't know that. Where is there an out-of-system transfer? Because I've experienced most of the transfers here that were in system, but oh wow. Banqiao to Banqiao is out-of-system transfer that's included. And this one, Sinpu to Sinpu Minsheng. This is actually a new line. That's why they probably didn't incorporate the internal transfers within fare control. They had to do it with that outside of fare control, but still give it a free transfer. This yellow line is the new one, the circular line, which makes sense now why it's an out-of-system transfer. I want to ride this circular line just to experience it, even though it's rather inconvenient for me to get to and doesn't really go anywhere where I'd like to really explore. I can definitely try it. Eventually, they have plans to extend the circular line to complete the loop and go all the way around. And you can imagine how much time that'll save off people's commutes. So say you're going from here to here, you don't need to take the train here, down here, go across, go up, and then go here. You can just ride the train from there to there. Let's save so much time. And even now, from here to here, people's commutes got shortened. They don't need to go up here and then come down. Just this one section. I think the train's coming soon. It's officially midnight, 0:00. Let me see if I remember my Chinese. Jianxi? I forgot already. Yes. 小心月台间隙, mind the platform gap. hard to really learn Chinese characters. It's a lot of memorization. You have to keep practicing and see it. Only one stop. Yeah, it's nice they play the music to let you know the train's coming. Yeah, Hung Mao, it's difficult to learn Chinese. Learning Chinese characters is pretty much all memorization. Thank you, Miko, for the 200 yen. Appreciate the support. Still a good amount of people here waiting for the train. You know what the problem with having the English underneath the Chinese, like in front of all the signs and everything is? It doesn't really help you much more learning Chinese. It does in the beginning, but once you get used to it, you wish the English wasn't there, so you're forced to figure out what the Chinese means. It's funny how that is, but I wish there was an option to hide English until you figured out what the correct answer is. But that's where like apps come in handy and textbooks. Uber is available in Taiwan if you couldn't figure it out. I actually opened the app just to see. There's two big food delivery apps in Taiwan. There's Food Panda and Uber Eats. Firestorm says maybe I should learn to speak Chinese. Hung Mao can teach me. Learn whatever skill you find necessary that'll assist you. Actually, I'll tell you something. When I started learning Mandarin Chinese on my own, it was actually more of a hobby more than anything. I didn't think it was going to really be useful, but it actually helped me a lot.
You can
Mouse Potato's trying to learn Japanese. Hung Mao says it's always good to know more languages. I would say up to a point, because if you try to learn too many languages, sometimes you get them mixed up and you'll never really be fluent in many of them at the same time, unless you're really gifted and can memorize it all. Like I try to pick up some French, Italian I learned a little bit in elementary school. Pretty much forgotten all of them already, and I know that if I do try to speak some of it, I'll probably get it mixed up with some other language. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to call it Saturday morning here in Taipei. Past midnight. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate the support. Hit that like button. Subscribe. And I'll see you next time. With 下次 Jenny. Bye everyone, take care.